for resting guys, removing possibility for injury. And I would rest maybe the defensive players starting the second quarter. But you need as much live action reps of Foles and the wide receivers as possible. Here's the thing. I think their season ended when Carson Wentz got hurt. Their season definitely is over if Nate Sudfeld's in the game. Like, the idea that we're planning for the Nate Sudfeld worst-case scenario, no. That ship has sunk if you're in there. So, like, I'm not worried about Nate Sudfeld being rusty, because if he's in the game, you're in trouble in the playoffs anyway.
All right, moving on. More fallout from Kelvin Benjamin's overturned touchdown against the New England Patriots. Buffalo Bills owner Terry Pegula says, quote, "We have to fix replay," and added that everybody is baffled by the call. Nick, what's your reaction to these comments?
My reaction is very simple. If very intelligent football people that I respect vehemently disagree on something that instant replay did, then it's a problem. If on one side of the coin you have a guy like Terry Pegula, you have Dean Blandino, who used to do Al Riveron's job, saying this should not have been overturned. On the other side of the coin, you have Chris Carter and the guy doing Al Riveron's job, Al Riveron, saying, of course it should have been overturned. Then we have a problem. On things like this, if it is not conclusive, you should stick with the call on the field. I think that's Terry Pegula's point. He's also upset because this was a critical moment in what, at that moment, was a very close football game.
Roger Goodell, Troy Vincent, I'm going to give you guys an olive branch. Just invite me. It only takes us in the car to Tribeca. I'll come to Park Avenue. Watch all the games, Sunday, Monday, all right? I'm going to be the replay, all right? I want Pereira, Dean Blandino, much respect. Raj, Troy, call me, man. Put me into the room, because for me, this was clear, all right? Not a catch.
Raj.
If the rule, can I tell you something? If the rule was as simple as one guy, and if it's you, God bless, he is the word of God on this, I'm fine with it.
Okay, no problem.
Write the rule
and I can take the heat.
Okay.
I can take the heat. Let's get that done, Rob.
Monday's show's even more fun.
All right, a little
and you ain't even got to give me health
news.
benefits the rest of my life or private jet either.
For life, my gosh. Quarterback Josh Rosen sat out of UCLA's bowl game against Kansas State last night. Rosen, who's considered by many to be the top quarterback in the upcoming draft, is focusing on the NFL, and he says he'd rather go lower in the draft to the right team than go higher in the draft to the wrong team. Cece, you convinced Rosen is the best quarterback in the draft?
I'm not convinced yet, but make sure I whisper and everything. That boy got some big ears. He can probably hear me from wherever he's at right now. But no, I'm not convinced right now. For one, I worry about his overall arm strength. I worry about his durability. He doesn't have a big body. He's a lot like Golf is for the Rams. So I still need to see more of him. But I want to see the other quarterback prospects. I think the worst, though, he'll be is the number 2 quarterback. He'll be in the top 2.
He and Rosen, assuming Rosen comes out, be the top 2. Or Darnold, pardon me. He is Rosen. My mistake. Here's the thing that I love about Josh Rosen. His commentary. How much of a player's guy he seems to be. How erudite and thoughtful he seems to be. Intelligent.
Erudite?
Sorry, I should have used different words there.
Nick.
How he seems, so much of playing quarterback is talent. So much of it is also do you inspire your teammates?
Yes.
Are you a natural leader? When you walk into a room of, as you mentioned, 53 grown men, are you the guy they are looking to?
Yes.
He is, with his commentary, shown me he can get the respect of professionals. That, to me, is a huge part of the learning curve to becoming a pro quarterback. And because his numbers are similar to Rosen's, or to Darnold's, pardon me, I like Rosen more.
Some would say Rosen is woke. Yesterday, the NBA released its last 2-minute report and confirmed what we all knew. Kevin Durant fouled LeBron not once, but twice in the most important possession of their Christmas Day game. The report said KD's contact affected LeBron's speed, quickness, balance, and rhythm. Really? Nothing else? Of course nothing else, because that's literally everything you need to be good at professional basketball. Nick, what do you make of this?
I mean, we all saw it. We all knew it was a foul. We all knew it was a couple fouls. KD thought afterwards you can't call it because he's too big. KD was literally said that to the ref. It's not a foul. He's too big. It's not a foul. He's too big. All right, KD, it was a foul. It was multiple fouls. And everyone yesterday was giving Kevin Durant tremendous credit for his improved defense. And he deserves an enormous amount of credit.
Just not on those
for his improved defense. And now he is going to be the greatest defensive player in league history if they've also made a rule to where he can't be called for fouls in critical situations. I mean, if the way that game ended for the Cavs on offense, in the final 2 minutes, LeBron scored a basket to tie the game. The next time the Cavs had the ball, LeBron got fouled by Kevin Durant. According to the NBA, they didn't call it. It's a turnover. The next possession, LeBron got fouled by Kevin Durant twice. They didn't call it. It's a turnover. So because it's a regular season game, because these two teams, it's not like they're going to be fighting for home court within their own conference. It's not that big of a deal. I do wonder, CeCe, why the NBA tells us these things. I don't know.
That's what I want to know. Why do I know this?
If you're a ref, I feel like it's a little upsetting. But, I mean, we saw it. We knew it.
Yeah, I think that the scandal that the NBA went through, so they're trying to be more transparent, that they're only going to let you know the end of the game. But yesterday we predicted the report would come out. They still got it wrong because we thought he fouled him 3 times.
Yeah.
Not 2 times. But it is nice to see that the referees are being evaluated. So we're sitting around critical, was that a play? But these people doing their job, the referee, and you can't save the referees through instant replay. So for me, just like the other NFL referees, they get downgraded when they miss calls. So eventually they miss playoff games and they miss money. So at least there's an evaluation process on the referees that are outside of the replay.
I also want to add something. One of the criticisms that I think has been unfair, but one of the criticisms about LeBron is late in games, he settles for jump shots instead of driving to the basket.
Yes.
But what we also know to be true is that LeBron gets officiated similarly to Shaq.
Yes.
Which is where he doesn't get all the fouls he should get. We also know every player in the league late in games gets fewer calls. They allow more contact. So maybe, just maybe, the smartest player I've ever seen, LeBron, one of the reasons he settles for those jump shots is he knows it often ends like this.
Yep.
I get hit, I'm strong enough, it doesn't knock me over, but it does knock me off balance or I can't get the shot up, and now all of a sudden it's the other team's ball. Like, in that spot, a jump shot would have looked pretty good rather than get fouled a half dozen times and not get the call.
Very good point. All right, moving on. By definition, the word Wednesday means the day of the week before Thursday and after Tuesday. In the NFL, the word Wednesday generally means the day we hear from players about things we want to know about. Today, former Patriot Jimmy Garoppolo. Since taking over as the 49ers quarterback, he's 4-0. He's averaging more than 300 yards per game. And it's had a lot of people wondering if New England made a mistake dealing him. Here's Tom Brady yesterday on his former backup.
Well, he's done a great job. I mean, you go in there and, get the opportunity to play and win games. That's what we're all here for. So it was good to see and, good for them to beat Jacksonville. That certainly helped us. I'm really happy for Jimmy, and he's worked really hard, and it shows up when he goes out there and plays really well.
All right, CeCe, we know what the 49ers got for Garoppolo. They got a second-round pick. What do you think, if we did it all over again, what he would be worth right now?
Oh, 2 number ones.
2 number ones.
And they might have to throw in a player or something. I mean, when
a box of chocolate.
You win 3-4 games with the type of talent. I mean, Jenna, they are $100 million under the salary cap for next year. Like, you can't name 5 starters on their offense. Like, you would be hard pressed. Like, what he has done in learning a whole new system, which is probably Kyle Shanahan, the most complicated system as far as calling plays, understanding everything, and the way he's done it. Jimmy Garoppolo has made the hot dogs in San Francisco better. The equipment dude is better. Their kicking game is better. Like, this game is so dependent on one position. I mean, it's amazing. It's mind-boggling.
It's literally made their defense better. The defense is playing more inspired. The entire team, you mentioned the complicated system. Matt Ryan, who some people would say is a top 6 quarterback, everyone had him as a top 12 quarterback, took a full year to get it.
Yes.
Jimmy G took him like 3 weeks. They were 1-10. They are now the league's only undefeated team over the last month. Think about that. When the Pats traded Jimmy G to the Niners for a second-round pick, the commentary was this: well, they only got a second-round pick, but it'll be the first or second pick of the second round. No, it won't. This team gonna win 6 games. Like they went from 1-10 to 4-11. Or 5-10. Pardon me.
So instead of getting 2 of the top 35 players. Now they're going to get one player in the 40th.
Right. Did the Patriots not know this? They saw him every day.
Nick, what happened?
Well, I think that the Pats, there's a few things that happened. He has the same agent as Brady, and he didn't want to go to the Browns.
Yep.
And so they weren't going to do that, deal with that, what it could do with Brady and the politics of that.
All right, just like Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen don't want to go to Cleveland. He hadn't said their name. Now, Garoppolo, because of his agent and because he did have some cachet of being in the league, he said their name in private. Now, the quarterbacks, there's such an image-conscious position that it wouldn't have looked good for Jimmy G to say, yeah, I don't want to go to Cleveland. Like, even because people would say, like, man, you're taking over a franchise. You should embrace that. No, he did the right thing. No, I want to go somewhere else. I want to go where the general manager got a 5-year contract guarantee. I want to go somewhere. Head coach got 5 years guarantee. I'm going to trust my future more in John Lynch than I am with someone in Cleveland, which I know it's going to be someone different. So I think behind the scenes, they did the right thing. New England, they had to get rid of Jimmy G. They had to because he was going to be a free agent.
Well, so here's the thing. Some people are going to look at this and say New England must not have known he was that good. Or they knew he was amazing. And that's why they could have gotten more for him if they traded him this offseason. It wasn't just Cleveland that would have offered him something. They could have gotten more trading him this offseason. But if the Patriots were concerned, as I was, how good's Brady going to be this year? Because if Brady were bad this year, if Brady had been bad the first 7 games of the year, or even mediocre, they wouldn't have traded him.
Right.
Brady would be the one moving on in the offseason. But then they get through 6-7 weeks. Brady's the damn league MVP.
Yes.
They know Jimmy G, the only option is to franchise tag him. If you franchise tag Jimmy G, that really damages what you can do to win next year's Super Bowl.
But if they knew it was this good, would you do it?
If you knew
you got to.
Right.
Okay, so they didn't know he was
They didn't know he was quite this good. I think they knew he was really good.
No one knows that. I think they had plenty of confidence. But look at New England. New England's got 3 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. They got Tom Brady. They traded Jacoby Brissett to Indianapolis, and now they got Jimmy G in San Francisco. I think New England, just like the other positions, they got that position figured out how to coach up the talent so that the kids can be successful, well, they're men now, but how they can be successful in any system, because that's what we're seeing.
Well, and the other thing New England did, which is interesting here, if you look at the NFC, okay? The NFC, we're about to have a changing of the guard at the quarterback position, conference to conference.
Yes.
For 15 years, the AFC was the dominant conference quarterback-wise. Peyton Manning's there, Tom Brady's there, Phillip Rivers is there, Ben Roethlisberger's there. The only, stable quarterbacks in the NFC during that time, Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers. Other teams have had turnover.
Yes.
Right now, that's about to change. And in the NFC, you look at it. What teams would have been in the market for a quarterback? It really, amazingly, was just the Cardinals and the Niners. Seahawks, Rams got their guys. Every team in the NFC South thinks they have their guy. The Bears just drafted a guy. So if you're the Pats and you do think Jimmy's not this good, but really good,
send him to the other conference.
Don't have to deal with it. You know what I mean? So guess what, Jimmy? We'll play you once every 4 years, and if you make a Super Bowl, and we happen to as well. And there weren't a lot of teams. Now, the team that's got to be killing themselves is Arizona. Arizona's got to be thinking, you got to be kidding me. Like, we could have gotten this guy, and we didn't get this guy. You asked what it was worth. Would the Niners right now trade him to Cleveland for the first overall pick?
No.
Absolutely not.
Heck no.
Right.
Wait, last question quickly before we go to break. You said they could have gotten so much more for him at the end of the season if he was a free agent. Why didn't they just do that?
No. They would have had this at the end of this last season. They could have gotten more. This season,
last season they could have.
This season he's a free agent. They couldn't get anything. He can go wherever he wants.
And I believe they rejected better offers earlier.
All right, coming up, is Pete Carroll upset with one of his best players? That's next on First Things First.